According to the latest research, each US household participates in 12 loyalty programs. How high do you think it can go? Where the limit is?
I think the limit is unlimited at this point. And the reason I say that is there really isn't anything that prevents you from signing up for a loyalty program as a U.S. consumer. For example, I'll go to a store and they may, at the point of sale, ask me if I want to participate in their rewards program. And if I'm immediately receiving some kind of a discount, I'm going to say yes. The real trick is whether or not I walk out of the store and I continue to utilize the loyalty program that I just signed up for. And whether that's returning back to the store, going to the website, or even remembering to bring a plastic or that piece of identification when I'm purchasing that then logs my activity for loyalty. The issue is that you can't carry 12 pieces of plastic in your wallet, right? You have to really pare it down to something more in the 2 to 3, maybe 4 types of rewards or loyalty programs. You might have one grocery store, even though you're a member of 3 major grocery store chains, but you're going to be a member of one that you go to mainly or most often. Same would be true of an auto parts store or other type of retailer that has a rewards program. So what you can sign up for, who knows what that maximum number is. It's really what you can process and use and engage in. I think you're seeing the number at about 3 or 4 programs.
And how would you describe the key elements of the loyalty program? I mean, like, what do customers expect from such a program in terms of credit?
In terms of credit or debit card, when it comes to loyalty programs, I think they expect the program to be easy to understand. Not difficult, not a lot of hoops to jump through in order to get the reward. I think they expect it to be something that they can attain or reach a certain level of what's valued to them in a reasonable amount of time. For example, if you put an expiration date on points of 2 years, but yet based on your spending you can't possibly reach a mid-tier level of a reward in 2 years, you're going to find that that's going to be found out by the consumer very quickly. And the whole reason for your loyalty program is to drive more usage, right? And what they're going to determine very quickly is if I can't reach the reward that I'm interested in, I'm going to move on to the next plastic for a similar reward I'm interested in where I can reach that level. So making it clear, easy, and simple to use, it's also got to be available to them. And that means through any medium that they choose. So for those of us who use the internet on a regular basis, it's easy for us to go to the internet, check your point balance, see your catalog of available rewards, and then redeem it. Turn your points into the reward. For others, they rely on other means, telephone, for example. There's a certain group of cardholders that aren't comfortable with the internet still, or yet. And they need to have a line of communication with which they can do the same thing, find out how many points they have, redeem if they want, but they want more of a personal aspect. So there's got to be different channels for delivery of the rewards to gain information about the program. That's very important.
I think that the worst case scenario is when your loyalty program dies, it's not active. I mean, customer has points, but they don't exchange them into rewards. What to do to avoid such a situation?
What to do to avoid a dying program? Well, I think you've got to be cued into that immediately once you start the program. For example, if I'm going to start a credit card or debit card rewards program, we're going to make sure that we're measuring the performance and that those objectives that we're trying to meet, whether it's increased usage, whether it's making more accounts that weren't used before to continue or start being used, or if I'm trying to attract new accounts. I want to make sure I set up a measurable scale. I can collect information to make sure that we're reaching that goal. If I set those measures in place, I think I'm earlier in the process to make changes to the program if we find out we're just not able to meet those objectives. So we've got to make some different changes to the program, make it more attractive.
The ways of communication, I think, is also important.
Yeah, absolutely.